Yes. Hello children, how are you all? So in the last class we have discussed about the different layers of soil profile. Yes? Okay. So many of you have sent the homeworks properly. Feeling happy for that. And today let us learn about the soil types. Different types of soil. Okay? Yes. Okay. So I already told you the soil formation process is a very slow process which was occurred by weathering of rocks. What do you mean by weathering of rocks? See, breaking down of rocks with the help of sunlight, air, water. So here the soil is a mixture of sand and clay particles. So the relative amount of sand and clay depends upon the rock from which the particles were found. Okay. So that is the parent rock. From which rock the soil is forming, depending upon the rock only the soil has a sand and clay proportions. Okay. So the mixture of rock particles and humus is called soil. The mixture of rock particles and humus is called soil. And some other parts of soil is there. What are they? Living organisms like bacteria, earthworms, plant roots, they are the parts of soil. Okay. Yes. And so the soil is classified. How those soil is classified into three categories: loamy, sandy and clay. How they can be classified means it's totally depending upon the proportion of particles of various sizes. Okay. Not all soil looks same. Okay. Each soil has different sized particles in it. So according to that we will classify them into three categories, that is sandy soil, clay soil, loamy soil. Okay. Yes. See children, take page number 99, first half, second paragraph. See here. Yes. See, how can we say that it is a sandy soil? How can we say that it is a clay soil? And how can we identify the loamy soil means? I'll tell you, just listen. Okay. If the soil contains the greater proportion of big particles, ஏதோ ஒரு சாயிலில் பெரிய பெரிய கல்கள் பார்ட்டிகல்ஸ் நிறைய இருக்குது அப்படின்னா it is called sandy soil. Okay. Usually if you go and take the sand from the if someone is building constructions means you can take some sand and observe it. Okay. You can see some big particles, so that only they are sheaving the sand, then they are using for the construction purpose. Okay. So if the soil contains greater proportion of particles is called sandy soil. Clear? Yes. Now go for clay soil. Okay. If the proportion of the fine particles is relatively higher, then it is called clayey soil. Clayey soil has more amount of fine particles. It is very soft and it is very smoothy soil. Okay. So clayey soil என்னது களிமண் அதுதான் வந்து சொல்லுவோம். So clayey soil has a higher amount of fine particles. So clear? Yes. Then how can we identify loamy? Yes, loamy is a combination of sandy and clayey soil. If the amount of large and fine particles, think of children, listen properly. If the amount of large and fine particles are about the same, okay, then that soil is called loamy soil. Clear? Loamy soil can be used for planting purposes. Okay, they have some humus, they have some nutrient, so that it can help for growth of plants. Okay, so finally we have divided the soil into three types: sandy soil, clay soil, loamy soil. Okay. Okay, and also why sandy soil will not be fit for plant crop productions? because sandy soil, they have big particles. Okay, they cannot fix into the, they cannot fix closely. Okay, they cannot fit closely together, so that there will be more spaces are there, so those spaces can trap more water. Okay, so இதைத்தான் நம்ம என்ன இப்போ இங்கே, if you go and pour some water in the sand, it will soon it will absorb soon because of the air spaces in them. Okay, okay, so that it cannot be used for plantation purpose. Okay, so how can you describe a sandy soil? Means the sandy soil is a light, well aerated and dry. Okay, clear? Yes. And what about clayey particle, clayey soil? How can you describe clayey soil? So mostly clayey soil means களிமண். Okay, where and all we can see clayey soil on the farmlands, and some potters will use that. Yes sir, to make some utensils. Okay, so why they have so why clay soil has been used to make pots? Means clay soil is very much tightly packed soil, and there will be little space for air, so that if you pour water on the clay soil, it will absorb soon, but it will take some time to absorb. Okay, it has a more water holding capacity. And the third one is loamy soil. It is a best topsoil for growing plants. Okay, it is a mixture of sand and clay. And another type of soil has silt. How can you see silt? Means silt can occur as a deposit or river beds. Okay, did you see? Have you ever gone to river? Yes. Have you touched the river bed? Yes. So in those on the river bed, the soil is very soft, not like a sand or clay. It is of medium sized. Okay, clear? So the size of silt particles is between those of sand and clay. The loamy soil also has a humus in it. It has some nutrient. So it has the right water holding capacity for the growth of plants. So loamy soil can be seen in gardens, etc. Okay, so in the garden, if you pour water, it will absorb soon, isn't it? So it has a right water holding capacity. Okay, so those soil is a loamy soil. Okay,